Okay, I wanted to make a quick video talking about the bank statement portion of the documentation on a mortgage. I think that what we find is that most people like gathering up the documents in this phase of it the least, and bank statements seem to cause more trouble than anything else. So my hope is to explain what we need, why we need it, and kind of what's going on. So obviously the first thing is we want to verify that you've got the funds that we need to put you under contract, so that you've got the earnest money. That you can afford the costs of getting a new home and a loan. So that could be appraisals and home inspections. We want to make sure you've got the money and the reserves that you need to cover your closing costs and maybe your down payment. So there's just a number of funds, and we got to verify it all. So the other thing we have to do is source it. So we have to make sure that those funds were obtained legally in a way that conforms to the rules. If we go back to 2007 to 2009, a lot of people were using mortgages in less than positive ways, not to mention all the bad loans. Anyway, there's a movie on it. It's called The Big Short. It is entertaining, and it will explain a lot of that. But the long and short is we've got to make sure that the funds were obtained legally. It's how we'll verify gift funds if that's relevant to your situation, but your mattress money and your cartel money just aren't going to work. So keep that in mind. Anyway, back to the mortgage meltdown and that crisis where everybody lost their shorts. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac now have guidelines detailing not just bank statements, but everything else that we need. And so I've put those here. You can pause the video if you want to check it out. I've also included the URLs. If you want to go do some research and geek out on that stuff, you are more than welcome to. For those of you who want it to be quicker, what needs to be on my statement so you won't keep asking me for it over and over and over again? Well, we'll need your name, your account number, the bank's name, the statement dates, the complete transaction history, and all the pages of the statement. I'll walk you through a couple of quick examples here. This is an example of a Chase statement. I don't think this is a real statement, but it should serve our purposes. You can see it's got the bank name, it's got the account number and the statement dates, the client's name. Here's a summary. Here's a list of the transactions. You can see this is page 1 of 5 or 4, whatever it is. We want to make sure we've got all of those pages. Here's a sample Wells Fargo statement. Again, I blurred out some stuff. I deleted out some stuff just in case Kelly Rogers is real. I don't think that she is, but again, we've got an account number, we've got dates, the name, the bank, the activity summary, maybe instead of a transaction history, but they're basically the same things. You can see this is page 1 of 3. We want to make sure that we've got page 1 of 3, page 2 of 3, page 3 of 3. Even if page 3 of 3 is a blank page with nothing on it, we need all of those pages. Here's an example of my statement. It's a credit union statement, so it looks a little bit different but does the same thing. So we've got the bank name, we've got my name, we've got the account number, the statement dates, the pages. It's all here. You can see the transaction detail down below. So there you go. So how do we get the bank statements? Well, we can use the stuff that the bank sends us. If you still get them on paper, we will accept those. We can go online and we can print our statements off. I'll show you how to do that. We can use our transaction history. Not all accounts are created equal. Some banks have more information than others. My hope is to kind of show you a demonstration video that should work for most people, and we'll do our best with everybody else, but we want to pay attention to the formatting and kind of get started with that portion of the video. So I've got my credit union account up on the screen here. I've already logged in, and so the first thing I want to show you is the e-statements. So here's how you can grab your e-statements, and there's going to be something like this with all accounts. Again, I don't expect yours to look just like mine, but you should be able to find the part where you get e-statements or statements. And so it opens in a new tab on mine. It may work a little differently, but here's August. That's the one I just kind of showed you a blurred out version. I will be blurring this out with my video editing software. I'm still really learning how to use that, but you can see we can open it in Adobe Acrobat. We can download the statement. We can put this in our desktop or into a folder. We can print it directly to a printer, and you can physically bring it in. If you download it and save it as a PDF on your desktop, I'll show you what that looks like. You know, we're just going to call this Wood August Bank Statement. statement. And we're going to save that on my desktop. Piece of cake. We can put it in Dropbox or email it or however you want to do it. So that's kind of getting the online statement. Again, you see this goes back quite a ways here. Another thing that we can potentially use is the transaction history. This can come in handy when we need to see proof of gift funds or that earnest money checks have actually cleared an account that we've sourced. And so what I want to point out here, and I'll see, hopefully I can blur this out in a way, but we don't want to do the export transactions to some sort of an Excel file or a CSV file. That is not an acceptable format. We'll actually need a little bit more. So what I like to do is right click. This works well with Internet Explorer or Google Chrome, but we're going to right click on the page somewhere and we're going to select this print button right here in the middle of the that pop-up. Now you'll see mine defaults to save as PDF. Yours likely defaults to a different printer. So you can hit this change button right here, and you can select, this is a recent destination, it might be in this print destination, you might even have to click this show all button, but find that save as PDF destination and then save it, and again it'll give you a little pop-up. I'm just going to save it right to my desktop here, Canvas Credit Unions Transactions, and then we'll just call it Wood. This is a super helpful thing so that we don't have to rename it for you. We know exactly what it is, and it'll be right there on my desktop, so I can actually just close out here and we can see Canvas Credit Union transaction, and then here's the Wood August bank statements. I can now transfer them to Dropbox or print them out or email them, however you decide you're gonna do that. And that's pretty much the long and short of my video. I hope that man, it doesn't run on too long, but that it'll be useful and save you some frustration. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and give me a call or somebody else on the team. We're more than happy to help. Thank you for watching.